as metaphors in stories and myths across the world for thousands of years. From Homer's Minotaur to the infamous Count Dracula, their differences in appearance and usage are endless, but they remain united in the morals and lessons we take from them. In most of these stories, the hero learns from his mistakes and vanquishes the monster. But real life is more complicated than this, and even after all this time, we as a race still seem to have much to learn from these ancient tales. In my film Monsters, I hope to use history and myth to show how, with all our technological advancement in recent years, we as a species have not changed so much from the first kings and warlords. My script follows a poor hunter in a mythological world whose only hope at escaping poverty is to catch a monster and collect the reward from the king. The catalyst happens when he meets a kind but simple-minded cloaked man who offers to help him find this unidentified enemy. His new friend introduces the hunter to magic and its mind-altering effects. When the hunter discovers that his companion is in fact the monster, he is faced with a choice between his greed and his conscience. Unable to face the consequences of killing a friend, the hunter decides to trick the monster into coming back as his captive. But through a hallucinatory dream sequence, the hunter comes face to face with the king and is forced to recognize the monster within himself when he is confronted with the truth of his mission. The story ends in a cliffhanger when the hunter realizes that he has fallen for mankind's manipulation and scapegoating, and his goal becomes protecting these magical creatures. He makes the monster promise to stay away from mankind and leaves him to, in his words, slay the monster. The film uses a lot of symbolism. The issues in this story affect a whole kingdom, and the dreamscape allows me to metaphorically show large-scale consequences with minimal cast and budget. The film may take place far in the past, but its messages about the importance of acceptance and questioning tyrannical power and your own prejudices are still relevant today. In a world where communication and knowledge has never been more accessible, we still, time and time again, fail to learn that simple lesson that has destroyed civilizations throughout history: that unity advances us and division destroys us. The actual magic is not introduced till later on, so the beginning needs to feel ethereal and fantastical to set the tone for the rest of the film. The world it's set in is not our own, and I'll need production design, hair and makeup, and a camera crew with strong ideas to create this world. I have an editor, Frankie Grover, attached, but I'll need a director, a producer, and sound, as well as definitely lighting. The main challenge for this film will probably be the production design, as a lot of props and set design are needed. The locations will need to include multiple forest-based scenes, as well as one beach scene, though this could be amended if needed for health and safety reasons. Some parts will also need to be set at night and appear lit by fire. I plan to start a GoFundMe, but would like to make a point of using as much recycled material as possible, and I'm fortunate to come from a family of artists and fashion designers who will help in any way they can. The budget should therefore be mostly spent on paying actors. We here are very fortunate to live in such a diverse and accepting city, but it's important to remember that that's not the case for everyone, even in our own country. The monster in my story portrays all who are misrepresented and used as scapegoats in society. Thank you to everyone who watched my pitch, and if nothing else comes from this, I hope you will all take the time to reflect on the messages I've talked about.